Hello, creators. Here's the scoop on our virtual group coaching and in-person retreat schedule for 2025 and 2026. We are offering our 3-month weekly virtual coaching group starting March 11th, 2025. It runs weekly for 12 weeks. It's an amazing, affordable option to get the support you need in an environment with other wellness business owners going through the same experiences that you are. It's limited to 8 people, so you really do get an individualized experience out of it as well. You can find all of the details and apply for the group by heading to wellnesscentercreators.com/group-coaching. Our next in-person retreat will take place on September 22nd through 25th, 2026. We will open early bird registration in 2025, so be on the lookout for that. You can learn more about the retreat and which track will be the right fit for you by heading to wellnesscentercreators.com/retreats. Both of these offerings are great for business owners at any stage of their business, and feel free to email me directly at Kendall@wellnesscentercreators.com with any questions. Before we get into today's episode, I'd like to take a moment to chat about our sponsor, Jane, a clinic management software and EMR. Your evenings and weekends should be spent with loved ones, not chasing down your patients and clients for payment. That's why Jane has designed a secure payment solution that helps reduce the amount of time you spend manually following up with patients. Clients can save their credit card details and insurance policy information securely through your intake form, which can then be conveniently processed after your time together. And if they've got an outstanding balance, you can send a payment request via email or SMS that allows your patients to pay off their balance online from the comfort of their homes. To see how Jane can help you reclaim your after-work hours, head to jane.app to book a personalized demo. Or if you're ready to get started, you can use the code WELLNESS1MO at the time of sign-up for a 1-month grace period applied to your new account. Hi there, and welcome to the Wellness Center Creators Podcast. I'm Kendall Hagenson.
And I'm Anna Rudell. We're thrilled to have you join us on this journey of creating innovative, patient-centered wellness centers.
As experienced health and wellness providers, we've seen firsthand the challenges of delivering comprehensive, holistic care to our patients.
That's why we created this podcast, to share the knowledge, strategies, and insights we've gained from our own experiences and from connecting with experts in the field.
Each episode, we'll dive into a different aspect of building and growing a successful wellness center, from developing a strong multidisciplinary team to implementing cutting-edge technologies and treatment approaches.
We'll also share practical tips, resources, and real-world examples to help you overcome common obstacles and streamline your processes.
Our goal is to empower you with the tools and confidence you need to create a thriving wellness center that truly makes a difference in your patients' lives.
So whether you're just starting out or looking to take your existing practice to the next level, you're in the right place.
Get ready to learn, grow, and be inspired. Let's create something amazing together.
Welcome to the Wellness Center Creators Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Wellness Center Creators Podcast. Today, Anna and I are going to talk about how do we decide to add or eliminate a service in our company. Yeah,
it's a good question, that one. How do you decide, Kendall? Because you, in the last episode, talked a lot about there were potentially two services that you were thinking about eliminating, and I, of course, am adding a service. So we thought it was a relevant topic.
Yeah. So as far as maybe eliminating a service, we'll start with that. So typically there's services and then there's modalities. So
that's a good distinction.
Right.
Yes, you're absolutely right. There are services and then modalities.
But I think the principles are the same. So if we think about, let's say, acupuncture, a thing or two about that. Acupuncturists, service-wise, we can offer general wellness acupuncture, perinatal fertility acupuncture, cupping as a separate service, facial acupuncture, cosmetic acupuncture. So we could take any modality and say, okay, they could offer these different services. And it depends on how you structure your business. If you're offering those as separate things, like a lot of places will offer cupping as like just a standalone 30-minute cupping session. So let's say you've been offering that and no one's booking it. Why isn't anyone booking it? So we try marketing a different way. We try telling all the current people. We try asking for feedback, and we realize, okay, well, people actually prefer to receive cupping while they're getting their main acupuncture session, and they have no reason to come in for 30-minute cupping. Okay, well, let's take it off the service menu and remove that because it's not serving our patients, it's not serving the company, and it's just another thing listed there. So there's services like that within the modalities that's a little bit of an easier decision to say, let's add that or let's remove that. For example, estheticians. So different levels of licensure and training for estheticians determines what they can do and what they can offer. And then it also depends on your brand. So for us, we have aesthetics at our spa location. We're a natural holistic brand. So we are offering holistic facials using natural skincare and things like, okay, my dermaplaning. Well, that's a very natural thing to include in a facial. And typically new estheticians are allowed to do that service. But let's say we wanted to do chemical peels and microdermabrasion. Well, you have to have a master's esthetician license to do those things. And do they fit within our brand? Do we want to do those things? So that's where the decision point comes. Does it fit with your other offerings? Does it fit with the vision of your company? And do you have the provider who can do that service within the modality?
Also the profit margin, right?
And the profit margin, exactly. So let's say you had a massage therapist who was trained in glass fire cupping, and they, then they're getting requests for people who just want cupping. Well, that's a way to diversify the service offerings from the massage therapist and fill the books, right? Or for example, one of the entire modalities that we added and hired a new person on at our spa location was for reflexology, and to do reflexology separately, right? This particular provider didn't end up being a fit for our team. So we removed the modality temporarily because it was a new modality for us. However, now we have a massage therapist who's extra trained in reflexology and really good at it. And we could add that service offering to their schedule, right, as another service offering. So it depends on, lots of different variables. But when we're thinking about, do we add an entire new modality to our company, which is what you have been doing, right? You've just recently added massage to your acupuncture company, and you're creating an entire new physical location for those services. And with that, I would argue it's a kind of a similar process of, well, what's the purpose? Is it serving the patients? And I think you and I probably had this conversation at some point in this decision process is it serving the patients? Is it serving the team? Is it profitable?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or can it be profitable? And really it comes down to why. Why would we add it? If either, I think a lot of business owners come to that decision either if things are really working really well, which was your case, right? Things are working well, we need more space, or things are really not working well and we need to try something different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think coming from the things are working well place is always a little bit more preferable, then we need to
Right.
try something different.
Right.
Because there's a lot more on the line when you're in the place where things aren't working well and you need to try something different. And that brings me to another point to discuss is how long do you give something before
I was just
you
going to
say
say
it's not working well or we
Yeah.
need to do something different?
I was just going to say that's the most important thing we've learned over the years is if we do try a new modality, if it's been 3 months and it's just really feeling forced, like it's not working, it's not the right time, it's not the right provider, people don't want this service, I mean, there's always more marketing we can do. Or if you are adding a brand new modality and and the community doesn't know that your company offers that, you have to make sure they know that you offer it. But
Right.
if you have an established community of patients like you do, and you've let them all know, we're offering massage here, and not one person is taking you up on the massage, it's okay, well, where's the gap? Is it a cost issue? Is it what is it? Is it a time issue? They don't want to stay and do more services. Like, what's the problem? Is it a marketing? And then you've tried all those things and you're going, it's still feeling forced. It's not working. Cut the losses. Let it go. Move on. And that's what we did with reflexology. Is like, this is just not right. It's just not the right time and it's not the right fit. This happened with aesthetics in 2020. We added holistic aesthetics to our clinic right before COVID. Well, I mean, I think you can fill in the blanks. It was
hindsight is 2020, isn't it, Kendall?
I mean, but we still tried it for a few months.
Yeah.
And then it was like, this is just silly. This is not the right time for this and it's not going to work. So let's let it go. Even though we invest in the person, in the equipment, in the marketing, in the products.
Right.
The aesthetics products are expensive, right? But even with all that, as much as I want to hold on to that and say, well, we've invested all of this, let's keep trying. It's time. It's still time to cut the loss.
Yeah. Yeah. I find oftentimes with practitioners, they come to you with a fantastic idea because of a weekend course or CEU units and have got this new thing that we must take on board. What we've now created a document where it's called, so you want to bring this into the clinic. That's the document. And it's a whole thing on, we understand it's a great idea. But first of all, tell us what the plan is. What would you like to see in the clinic? What does it look like? What are the costs that you see involved in this? And you have to put together a little presentation, because otherwise I suddenly spend my time fielding all these new and wonderful ideas and feeling like I'm the bad cop by saying,
well,
no,
you're
that's
just crushing dreams. All you do, Anna, is crush dreams. No, you've got to pitch it. You have to pitch it to me. You have to pitch it to us.
Yeah.
And then I've gotten a lot better at saying, you know what, I'm on board with this idea and we don't have a budget for the equipment needed. So we're going to revisit it in 3 months. I've gotten better at that and saying, because I've also, a lot of times it's new staff members who bring these new ideas.
Yes.
And they would like you to change a multitude of things about how you do things in your business, or change, bring on this new thing because they did it differently somewhere else. And it's important to wait with a new team member because they might literally crumble after 2-3 months and decide they don't want to work in the industry. Like, for example, like people who are brand new out of school. We do give people out of school a chance every so often, depending on who they are. But sometimes if they haven't actually worked in the world outside of school, and they think they know what it's going to be like, and they think they need all of this new equipment and want to offer all these different things. And then they get into it and realize, oh my gosh, this is way harder than I thought it was going to be. It's tiring. I'm giving services all day, and that is hard. And, and then you've bought all this stuff for them because they wanted to do it a certain way. And now they've decided to leave after 2 months. And then the next person now wants to do it yet a different way.
Mm-hmm. That's a very common story. I feel you on that one.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's my biggest recommendation with the new ideas. It's like, yeah, I say consider them. Absolutely. Like, that's why we're here working in a team environment, is to get ideas from different people and different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
And
then how
pause.
do you... Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, and pause for a minute.
A moment.
Let's wait.
So do you then send, I know you're a fan of sending yourself an email. Do you then just send a save and send email to yourself? Or I use Asana and would stick it on there. Is that how? And then you check back in with the practitioner, or do you put the onus on them to check back with you in 3 months?
It depends on the situation. But if they've brought an idea to me and they've done what I've asked and pitched it to me and given those details, then I put it on myself to say, we are going to revisit this in 3 months. And I make a reminder to myself to make sure to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because yes, there's a lot to remind oneself of in our position, aren't there? I was curious how that all goes down.
Yeah, but it's important. We all want to feel heard and appreciated. And so it's not about that we have to say yes to every idea. But I think making sure we come back to it and acknowledge it and give a reason why we can't do that new thing. And most of the time it's because of budgets, but sometimes it's because of brand alignment, or we just know that, like, there's not a need for that in our community right now, and because we have more experience doing what we're doing,
Right. And there's the high likelihood with a new practitioner that you've tried it before. And the reason you're not offering it is because it hasn't worked in the past.
That's what I was going to say, is the amount of times I've had, that we say for new providers, like, we have tried that. Yes.
Yeah.
We're not going to try it again. Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say that sort of 90% of these things do tend to get stopped at the pitch stage. It's oftentimes an idea in the moment, and if it could verbally be said in passing and somehow magically made to come true, then it would be in the practitioner what they're thinking about in that moment. But if you sort of point them towards a pitch idea, then it tends to fizzle away, I've noticed. Well,
because it takes more work than most people realize, right? An idea is just an idea. And so to put it into action takes effort and planning and time, energy, resource, and it has to be the right person. I mean, we have a team member who started at the front desk, and we've had health coaching on our team before, but it didn't work. It wasn't the right person. But our admin got her health coaching certification. And also we're at a place now in our clinic where health coaching actually makes more sense, and we can support the naturopathic patients with it. And so the timing's better. But I mean, that all went to her. I said, you know what? I love this idea. I want it implemented, and I don't have the energy resource to do that in the appropriate way right now. So if you want this added and integrated, these are the steps, and you take it and you run with it. And this is what I need from you. And because of who she is, it's already implemented. She already has clients. We're off and running.
Fantastic. Do you look for a specific dollar amount or margin amount before entering into bringing on a new modality?
Well, it's just about pricing it correctly and just making sure the profit margin between the price to the client and the wage to the provider is appropriate from day one on anything. I mean, I always say we could add anything to our multidisciplinary clinic and justify it if it's the right person, right? I could justify adding like holistic financial planning to what we're doing at our clinic, right? And someone would say, well, that's not healthcare. Yes, it is.
It kind of is.
Right?
Yeah.
But we could do that if it's the right person.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd say, well, all right, well, what do financial planners need to make? Okay, well, then what do we need to charge clients to work with them? Great, profitable.
Yeah. Yeah. So that you don't let that hold you back.
No. But if it's something where we feel like, well, we really can't charge what we would need to charge to make this have enough of a profit margin, then we don't offer it.
Right.
Anymore. I mean, we certainly used to make that mistake. We made it over and over in the beginning.
Well, who hasn't?
Because, well, it's saying in the beginning, it's in the early years, it's saying yes to all of the ideas.
Right.
And then it's making those team members really happy because their idea is coming to fruition. But then you're not making any money because you're also listening to the provider who's saying, well, I want it to be accessible to my client. Mm-hmm. I really want to give to the community, but I also need to make a living. So I would like you, the business owner, to take the hit and lose money. I mean, obviously they're not saying this. To lose, do whatever needs to be done so that this service can be accessible.
Right.
And we did that enough times until we couldn't anymore.
Right. Yeah. It's just the way it goes. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's understood at all what the expenses associated with running a clinic are.
No. It shouldn't be. I think we just have to.
You do want them.
Yeah, we just have to own that, we just have to do what we know needs to be done to have a sustainable business, and that some people are going to want to be part of that and some people are not, and that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
What were we talking about?
Adding and when to take away and when to add. Right. And then the difference between a modality and a service.
And a service. Do you feel like we covered it?
I do. I think it's, in terms of adding, it's finding the right, number one, find the right person, see the opportunity, listen to the clients. What do they want? What are they going to buy?
Yeah, I think that step gets missed a lot, especially in the early years of growing a clinic. It's like we're so passionate about what we're doing and what we think people should want and need. But doing that market research and really understanding what is the community looking for and what are they willing to pay for and what type of care do they want, that's really important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I appreciate your insight again, Kendall.
Thanks for being here.
Of course.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Thank you for tuning in to the Wellness Centre Creators podcast. We hope you found this episode informative and valuable.
If you enjoyed the show, please consider subscribing and leaving a rating and review. Your support helps us reach more health and wellness professionals like you.
For additional resources, show notes, and more episodes, visit our website at wellnesscentrecreators.com.
We'd love to connect with you and hear your thoughts, experiences, and questions. Feel free to reach out to us through our website or social media channels.
Once again, thank you for listening. We appreciate your dedication to providing exceptional patient care.
Join us next time as we continue exploring the world of wellness center creation. Until then, take care and keep making a difference.
Thanks for listening to the Wellness Centre Creators podcast.